You are trying to decide which Bitcoin exchange to use. Most comparisons are paid, or they skip what actually matters. Here is an honest breakdown of the 5 main US exchanges. What each one costs, what each one is actually like to use, and which one fits you. I'm Sats, and today we're making this decision actually make sense. Let's keep it simple. Before comparing the exchanges, one thing worth establishing up front. All 5 exchanges covered here are regulated US platforms. They all require identity verification before you can buy. They all hold your Bitcoin on your behalf until you move it to a wallet you control. The differences between them come down to fees, interface, features, and which experience fits where you are in your Bitcoin journey. Let's go through them. Coinbase. Coinbase is the most widely used Bitcoin exchange in the United States and the most beginner-friendly. The interface is clean and straightforward. Buying Bitcoin takes a few taps. Customer support is more accessible than most competitors. The trade-off is fees. Coinbase's standard interface charges some of the highest fees in the market, typically around 1.5% on purchases, but this varies by payment method and amount. Coinbase Pro, now rebranded as Coinbase Advanced Trade, offers significantly lower fees for the same transactions. If you are using Coinbase regularly and have not switched to the Advanced Trade interface, you are paying more than you need to. Best for complete beginners who want the simplest possible experience and are willing to pay a slight premium for it. Kraken. Kraken has been operating since 2011 and has one of the strongest security track records in the industry. Its fees are competitive, typically lower than Coinbase's standard interface. The Kraken Pro interface, which uses a maker-taker fee model, reduces costs further for regular buyers. The interface is slightly more involved than Coinbase, but not significantly more complex once you have done the initial setup. Kraken's verification tiers allow beginners to get started quickly with starter level while unlocking higher limits through intermediate verification as needed. Best fare. Beginners who want competitive fees from the start and do not mind a slightly steeper initial setup. Cash App. Cash App allows you to buy Bitcoin directly within the app most people already have on their phone for peer-to-peer payments. The Bitcoin buying experience is simple. You do not need to create a separate account. The trade-off is fees and spread. Cash App charges a service fee plus a spread on the Bitcoin price. The spread is the gap between the market price and what you actually pay. It is not always shown clearly before you confirm. On a $100 purchase, the effective cost can be meaningfully higher than it first appears. Worth knowing before you buy. Cash App also has a self-custody feature called Bitcoin Withdrawal that allows you to move Bitcoin to your own wallet address, which is a positive. However, it is worth calculating the true cost of each purchase before using Cash App as your primary buying method. Best for people who already use Cash App regularly and want to add Bitcoin purchases without managing a separate platform for smaller amounts. River. River is a Bitcoin-only exchange. It does not offer other cryptocurrencies. Its fee structure is transparent and competitive. It is designed specifically for people who are buying Bitcoin to hold long-term and want a straightforward, clean experience without altcoin noise. River has strong customer support and offers Bitcoin-specific features including recurring buys, which makes it a natural fit for dollar-cost averaging. The interface is simpler than Kraken and comparable to Coinbase in terms of ease of use. The main limitation is that River has lower trading volume than Coinbase or Kraken, which can occasionally affect pricing on larger purchases. For regular Bitcoin accumulation at typical beginner purchase sizes, this is not a meaningful issue. Best for committed Bitcoin holders who want a clean, Bitcoin-only experience with transparent fees and strong customer support. Gemini. Gemini is a regulated exchange founded in the US with a strong compliance and security focus. It offers a straightforward buying interface and competitive fees, particularly through its active trader interface, which functions similarly to Kraken Pro or Coinbase Advanced Trade. Gemini has historically been known for strong regulatory compliance and has sought and maintained licenses in multiple US states. For buyers who prioritize regulatory certainty, Gemini's approach is worth noting. Gemini's standard interface fees are comparable to Coinbase. The active trader interface reduces fees significantly and is worth using for regular purchases. Best for buyers who prioritize regulatory compliance and a US domiciled exchange with a strong compliance record. Here is the honest comparison across the 5. On fees. River and Kraken offer the most competitive all-in costs for regular Bitcoin buyers. Coinbase and Gemini are comparable on their standard interfaces and lower on their advanced interfaces. Cash App's effective cost is often higher than it appears due to spread. On ease of use, Coinbase and Cash App are the simplest. River is close behind. Kraken and Gemini have slightly more involved interfaces, but both become straightforward once set up. On Bitcoin-only focus, River is the only Bitcoin-only exchange on this list. If you want a platform built around Bitcoin rather than a multi-asset crypto exchange that also offers Bitcoin, River is the clearest choice. On self-custody, all 5 allow you to withdraw Bitcoin to a wallet you control. All 5 hold your keys until you do. Moving Bitcoin off any of these exchanges to your own wallet should be the next step after buying, regardless of which platform you use. The honest answer to which exchange is best. There is no single answer that is right for everyone. If you are just starting and want the simplest experience, Coinbase. If you want competitive fees from day one, Kraken or River. If you already use Cash App and are buying small amounts occasionally, Cash App is a reasonable starting point. If regulatory compliance is your primary concern, Gemini. What matters more than which exchange you use is what you do with the Bitcoin after you buy it. Moving it to a wallet you control is the step that makes it actually yours. Here's the short version. 5 main US exchanges. Coinbase for simplicity. Kraken for competitive fees and strong security track record. Cash App for casual buyers already on the platform, with awareness of the spread. River for committed Bitcoin holders who want a clean Bitcoin-only experience. Gemini for buyers who prioritize regulatory compliance. All 5 allow self-custody withdrawals. Use the advanced trading interface on Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini to reduce fees significantly. Which exchange you use matters less than moving your Bitcoin off it once you have bought it. Once you have decided on an exchange and made your first purchase, the most important next step is understanding how to move that Bitcoin to a wallet you control. The video on moving Bitcoin from an exchange to a hardware wallet covers exactly that. Watch that next. Stack smart, stay curious. See you in the next stack.